Okay, so I've just applied a couple of simple attributes to my text. I've got a font here, font family Myriad Pro, and I've got size 14 point. Just briefly looking around, I've noticed that there's a couple of extra spaces, one here and I noticed one somewhere else.
We can just fix that actually. There's a script we can make use of, and it's under Window, Utilities,
and scripts. Now this script is very useful. Open up the applications folder, open up the samples, double click JavaScript, and it's this one here, find change by list.
and once you've found it, all you're going to do is double click it and it will run the script and
Crawl across the entire document, and very quickly there it went. It's just going to go through it and just remove any extra spaces like that. There is one thing it does do that I'm not overly happy with. It tends to remove what it does, removes double space between sentences, and it kind of bothers me. I will perhaps show you how to edit some of these scripts another time, but certainly not today. I'm going to leave it as is for now. Okay, good. Fix a few more problems. Now, as I said, I've just applied a few attributes. I'm going to now preserve that as a style.
why? Because it makes it easier to control the typography across the document. I can preserve a set of attributes that I can apply to any of the paragraphs. So to create our paragraph style, it's not necessary to select the paragraph, you just need to be inside it.
I've obviously applied that to everything inside all the frames. The entire document has these attributes applied to it, so it doesn't really matter where I click right now. So paragraph styles, I've only got my basic paragraph style that InDesign has given me. Paragraph style panel menu, and click on new paragraph style. Now I get this dialog box open. Give it a name, don't leave it as paragraph style one. I mean nothing at all to you when you've got 20 styles in there. So I'm going to call this one, it's my body copy, so I'm going to call this one body copy, then I know exactly what it is. Now I can see if I click in the basic character format, it's brought on, it's carried through the attributes that I apply to this text into these
Formatting
options here. You can see it's carried through the font family, the font style, size, etc. Now let's click back on general for a second. Now I know the style's already on that on that text in that paragraph, but I'm still going to click this button and it says apply style to selection and turn your preview on.
is useful so you can see any changes that you're making and without having to click OK. I think I'm quite happy with all these settings so far, but I'd just like to adjust the leading, which is the line spacing.
So I'm going to get that up a bit. I'm going to get it up to 18 for now. This makes it nice and easy to read.
I've got to be honest, these settings really are just my preference for this tutorial. I'm pretty long-sighted, so I'm just making it easy to read for me, really. Anyway, so what next? I can come back and edit this later on, but I've noticed that hyphenations are on. I don't want them on, so I'll turn them off. So I'm just going to click on hyphenation on the left-hand pane and just untick it.
That has fixed that problem, and I can see it because I've got my preview switched on. Everything's happening here on the fly behind. Brilliant, really useful. I'm going to go to indents and spacing, and I can see it's currently aligned to the left. I'm going to change that. I want to justify this. So I'm going to say justify to the left. Good. Let's have a quick look at what that looks like. Okay, great. Quite happy with that. It's looking good. And I think that's, oh no, I'll tell you what I want to do actually. I'm going to go to, I'm going to give it some spacing after these paragraphs. These paragraphs are quite tight together.
So I'm just going to go to Indents and Spacing and give it a 4mm space after.
Okay, so I'm quite happy with that so far. I've made a few changes, put some space after. Now, the only thing I need to do now is click on OK. Now, if I scroll through, you will notice these not applied to all the text because I haven't applied it to everything. I've only applied it to this first paragraph here. I've only applied that style. This has still got the original attributes, only doesn't have the style applied to it. So I'm going to just do a quick select all using the keyboard shortcut, and then just open up your panel or paragraph styles panel if it's closed and click on body copy. And you'll see straight away that that will apply the style to all of your text. Excellent. Looking good already. Superb. Right, let me just fit that to the window. Looking good. Actually, yeah, that's okay. Now, the next step is I'm going to create a paragraph style for the chapter numbers and titles.
So I'll cover that and more in part 3.